Okay, so here's one of the really cool functions of the cash flow analyzer, and that is the partner module dashboard. This has a couple of components to it. I'm only going to talk in depth about one. I'm going to touch base upon the second one, and the third one, the sources and uses, you can figure that out as you get closer to getting a deal done. But let me show you how first off, the confidential offering summary. Now, what we're going to get into in the next video is all about creating the property package. To create the property package, you're going to need to input information into this confidential offering summary section. It is found on the partner module dashboard. I'm just going to click on it right here. This is where you put in all the information about the property, the offering, the amount, the manager, the risks, all of these really great things that are going to show up on the property package that you give out to your potential investors. It can be found right here in the partnership module. But that's not what we're here for today. What we're going to talk first about is a partner module. Now, what happens is you found this great deal and you figured out what the offer price is and you've got a great cash on cash return, and you now want to figure out, if I syndicate this deal, how much of it can I give away? What type of returns would I get if a partner gets X number, X percentage? And all of this information gets tied into the final property package. So you put this information in here now, it's going to show up when you go to run all the information on the property. So let's take a look at it right from the beginning. Investor's title choice. That's the person who's going to be putting the cash into your property. You, in the course of your property package, you can name that person many different things. In this particular case, let's call him the LLC members, okay? Because that's what this person is going to be. Now, over here, we can put our name on the title as well. In this particular case, we can be the managing partner, managing member, LLC managers, investment managers. I'm going to call ourselves the managing member, all right? So in this particular case, the LLC member name we'll say is John Smith. John Smith is going to be the one that's investing in this deal. Now over here, do we show on our reports what we are going to be making on the deal? All right, if we say yes, we want the investor to know how much we're making, we click off the yes tab there. Here, you know what, we're just going to run this property package for the investor to show them what's in it for them, not necessarily for us. So in this particular case, the LLC members' ownership, let's go with the 50-50 split. Let's say that we're going to keep 50% of the deal and we're going to sell off the other 50% to a cash investor. So I put 50 in there. Now, unfortunately, this you also have to put in the 50% over here as well, because that doesn't necessarily have to be it doesn't necessarily have to total up to 100%. But in this particular case, we're going to give away 50. Well, we're going to sell off 50, and we're going to keep 50 for ourselves. Now, here's another really nice thing about this particular component of the analyzer. You can build in a preferred return. Do you want to give that cash investor a preferred return? So in this particular case, let's say we're going to give the LLC member a 9% return. John Smith will get a preferred return of 9%. Now the question then becomes, how do we want to calculate that 9%? Is it going to be a cumulative, non-cumulative? And we can show the different types here. Is it a 9% of the profit, 9% of the cumulative payout, non-cumulative, minimum return, maximum return? In our particular case, we're going to call it an investor non-cumulative return, okay? Now, do we as the managing member get any type of preferred, or the LLC member get a preferred return on the sale of the property, or do we split this proceeds from the sale based upon the percentage split up here, 50-50? In this particular case, we're going to say that no, there is no preferred return on the sale of the assets. Apply preferred return to all non-managing partners. Yes, everybody that puts in, all the John Smiths in the deal get this particular deal. Now, here's a total syndication fee. You know, $2 million, 3%, we're going to say $60,000 is the total syndication fee that we're going to put in our pocket when we sell this deal. That means we need to raise $511,000 to do this deal. we have to get out there and find enough John Smiths to give us $511,200. That takes into consideration all the costs of getting into this deal from the first page, from the input screen. Now, how much of that cash investment is John Smith going to put up? How much are we going to put up? Well, the answer is John Smith is putting up all of it. We're coming in with nothing. Let me see. Why did it do that? Hold on a second. Because I put it in as a percentage, and it should be going in as cash. There it is at 100%. Perfect. I don't touch anything on the taxes for the same reason I described before. How does this look? Take a look. John Smith's allocation summary. 50% of the before tax cash flow, he's going to put $26,000 in. He's going to put $500,000 into the deal, $511,000, and his cash flow at the end of the first year is going to be $226,000. What is that cash on cash return? It's only 5.13%. John might not like that. That might be a little bit too not rich enough for John's blood. So you know what? We've got to figure out what should we give John to make him excited about this. Well, what about 75, 25? Do you think that might work? And if we scroll down, we can see that John's return on investment before taxes once again is 513. That means this property is just not generating what it needs to. And here's why. Remember 2.556? I didn't change it. Let's go back to 1.7. Now let's take a look at the partnership. See, you got to tie all these things together. There's John Smith. Okay, much different deal now. Total cash required for this deal is no longer 340, and the syndication fee is actually going to be, let me see, 34. Let's do 3% of this, of the 1.7, and that's going to be 551,000. And we're going to go 300. This is totally going to change the deal entirely. And you can see this is actually, I'm kind of glad that we had this little screw up, because now you get to see how these numbers get manipulated or changed, and you can fool around with it as best you can. So let's scroll on down here to see how we did. All right, John's with 75%. John's cash on cash return is 17%. Too rich for me. John's making out like a bandit. I'm going back to the 50-50 split that we had before. And let's see how that looks. And he's still getting his preferred 9% return, but I bet you he's still going to make out pretty well with the 9%. And there he is. He's at 12%. I'm sorry, 14.54%. So this is a very good deal for John at 1.7%, 1.7 million. Now take a look at what I'm making. I'm going to get $18,000 out of the deal. I'm going to get the $51,000 syndication fee. The first year, I'm going to walk away with $63,000, which works out to be, 16% of the available cash on the deal. Not bad. I like this deal at 1.7. So that's what we've just decided is we're looking for a John Smith who can put in $340,000 into the deal. He's going to get a 9% preferred return, and I'm going to own 50% of the deal. He's going to get the other 50%. Well, how many other John Smiths there are? I'm only going to sell off 50% of the deal, and everybody likes the numbers, even John Smith especially, and I'm good to go. I've just finished the partnership module of this particular deal, and now it's time to put the whole entire package together and show you the real power of this cash flow analyzer.